Okay, all right. I was asleep. I woke up. I got crust in my eyes. I look rough. I'm telling y'all ahead of time. I look rough. Carrie's here. We're here. We heard about the big news that's going down today. A collab between Akai MPC and Native Instruments. We talk about it right now. Start the music. We gotta get it out. We gotta start the music. Start the music right now. Start it right now.
Took some overtime to get the time right. Had to lose a little mind to get my mind right. Finally realized, but in hindsight, you wanted the limelight. Me priority never once. You kept close but never really wasn't. I accept your lack of focus. Agree with all your choices. Needed you to need me. Needed you to see me. Until I found the right direction, I think my reflection would agree. Had to find the me in me.
The Short Sport by K. David Jordan.
Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's ready. Man, why you look so taller than me? Wait a minute, let me pull my chair up. He looks so tall. Wait a minute. Look short. I know it's early morning. I'm like, wow, he looks so tall. Wait a minute. All right, I got the Derek glasses on this morning. Okay, how you doing this morning, sir?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Man, listen, I was enjoying. We got slow in the South for the first time in forever. And I was enjoying the slow. I was getting ready to go take some pictures, and I opened up my laptop, and I look at some of the topics, and I see this breaking news that stops today, and it says collaboration. And I was like, what? And I called you instantly. I didn't go. I called you. I said, hey, I got to call my man. I got to call Carrie to see what's going on. Carrie, I'm going to let you make the announcement. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No. When you called, I was in the middle of updating.
Okay.
Because I was dropping my son off at the bus stop, and I saw it pop up on my phone. It was Andy Mack from Akai. Mm-hmm. And I saw it, I was like, oh my God. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, this is a wrap. But I said it last week though. I said once they hit with the 3.0, it's over with. So yeah, so Akai and Native Instruments have joined forces to put some of the Native Instruments plugins on the MPC products, which is huge. It's huge because if you look at producers from our generation and some of the new producers, you know what I mean? It's like it's bridging the gap between the old and the new. You know what I mean? So based on what I've seen so far, you got, I think right now they've rolled out 4 of the Native Instruments plugins, and I was in the process of purchasing and buying my expansions. So if you go to you have to purchase the expansions from the Native Instruments website. So if you go to Native Instruments website, the expansions I think are $30 a piece, which is actually pretty good because you get it in standalone. That's the thing. Now, one thing I don't quite understand, and you can tell me how you feel about this with Native Instruments, it's kind of shooting some of their other Native Instruments products in the foot. You know what I mean? Because you think about
Machina, right? Namely Machina.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because you look at Machine Plus is their standalone software, but if you could pick between a Machine Plus and an MPC standalone, MPC is always going to win. So I think this is just a very huge announcement. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction for both Native Instruments and for Akai. More so for Akai. And once they put this on the desktop software, I'm saying it again, it's going to be trouble for a lot of DAWs. A lot. Once this thing, right now they only have it on the hardware, which is a big deal within itself, just because on the hardware you don't need a computer. Especially if you have like an MPC Live, you don't even need to be plugged in. You can go to the park, you can sit in your car. Imagine having the power of Native Instruments plugins right there in your car. You know what I mean? You on break at your job, you're mad at your spouse, pick something. You can just go in your car, make your beats. So yeah, I think it's a very very good move on the part of Akai and Native Instruments.
I think this is more surprising than Donald Trump sitting there talking with Obama at the Jim Carter at the Carter funeral. This is one of those collaborations where you sit there, you say, "Oh, we did not see this coming." Now we've seen Native Instruments doing some other collab. We know they just did the collab with Pro Tools, where now in the latest Pro Tools you now get Native Instruments on Pro Tools. But to have this collab now with MPC, Akai MPC, especially now, this is it's a little. I'm really surprised, especially at how bad Native Instruments all rollout for their 3.0 software from was. Now you go and you partner and you make MP3 software amazing. Like you just blow it out the water. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't quite get it. You know what I mean? I don't know why they would do that, because why wouldn't they push more so their own their own agenda, Native Instruments? But you figure though, Akai has been a juggernaut for years. You know what I mean? They've been a juggernaut for many years. So I think it was a smart move on their part. Now, actually, I can't wait to get into it, just because you have to be a producer, composer to understand. You get it, but regular people won't get it. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, I get to sit here and take Native Instruments. I don't need my computer, and I could just work. So now, I saw a video with. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so now this one is. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to Synthesizers, Beats, and Inspirations. Thank you, everybody. We see the numbers up. Listen, like, subscribe. Please like, subscribe, follow. We thank you. Our last video, our first video, is still doing well, making numbers. It's growing exponentially, getting a lot of likes. We got 100% likes off that video. We thank you guys for joining us. And it's something that we wasn't planning on coming and doing this today. You know what I'm saying? We was getting ready to probably at the NAM. We was gonna do a show at the NAM, kind of round out everything at the NAM. And this news breaks this morning, along with some other big news that I'll probably make a video of later today, because Carrie's real busy, so I this is my life. But so I'll probably make a video to talk about, all the keyboards, the new Roland that just dropped, the V synth, the C organ that just dropped, all the new stuff that is coming out. But this has to be one of the biggest news that's coming before NAMM, which is this week. The combining and the collaboration between Native Instruments and MPC 3.0 firmware. Now, this is the actual firmware. This is not a beta update. This is the actual 3.0 firmware. Am I correct, Carrie, in saying that?
Yeah, it's the actual official MPC 3.0 release on the hardware only. So if you have an MPC product from, I think, everything except for the Renaissance won't update. But anything beyond that, if you have it hooked up to Wi-Fi, and if you turn it on, it'll automatically ask you to update. So the updating process is very simple. Just turn it on. Do you want to update? Yes. Your MPC will shut off. Take a few minutes. It'll come back on. It'll update, and then you'll have the new firmware. And if you go to your preferences in your activations, you will see the new Akai plugins in that list. So you can get a trial. I think the trial is maybe like a week. Okay. I'm gonna bypass the trial part because I know I'm eventually
just gonna buy
it. For some reason, I can't work properly off of things when they're on trial. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a mental thing, because I feel like it doesn't belong to me. So I don't make the best use of it. So, but anyway, if you go into your MPC, turn it on, update it, and the plugins will be right there in your plugins list. So I'm actually surprised that they put it out before the NAMM show. But and I'm guessing and I'm hoping maybe at NAMM they'll make an announcement about the desktop software, because I can't imagine that you're going to make a massive jump like this and then leave the software where it is. So I'm guessing this is the pregame before the big announcement. So,
well, I'm
think, excited about both of them.
Yeah. What do you think? And once again, like, you got to remember the 3.0 has come out. They got a new UI overall, new mixer, new arrangement mode, stem separation, all those workflow now, key detection, tuner, all those things, real-time stretch, all those things, warping, which, was already there, sampling flexibility, all those things that was going with the MP3. Now you add native instruments, be able to access native instruments on top of that. You got to look at the MPC. You got to look at the MPC key 3761. You got to look at it as an all around production solution right now.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure. It's the definition of a workstation. You know what I mean? It's the definition of a workstation because you don't have to. You could do everything right there. I wish I could flip my camera to show mine over here. But especially if you have one of the MPC keyboards, like I mean, that's an all-in-one right there because you don't have to have like a separate controller or anything else. So I mean, I only see things going up from here. And if they could put like the contact string instruments and all that other stuff on here, can you imagine? The future?
Let's talk. That's gonna be crazy.
Can you imagine? So I'm guessing that's where it's eventually gonna get to. It's eventually gonna get to where your contact is gonna be a keyboard, like a standalone keyboard. That's where it's eventually gonna get to. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to what they just did today. I'm looking forward to plugging in and deep diving and really see everything that it can do.
It's so new that it's not even like articles out about it. It's only videos, and that's why content creation is so important right now because they haven't even written articles about this yet. We're coming and we're talking straight up. When you woke up this morning. You turned yours on and yours said upgrade, right? And you was like, what? You know what I'm saying? It did.
Yeah.
You saw what it was.
No,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, as they say, like, this is like hot off the press because they made the announcement at like 9 o'clock. And here it is, 10:22 over here. You know, we're already talking about it. So if you do own it, I highly recommend if you got time to call off work. Tell your spouse you're gonna be busy. Go update and enjoy. Just because this is very huge. Again, I say especially for old school producers like us, but even for the newer producers. Because I saw a video they had Zaytoven on there. Zaytoven has a video on this already,
right?
And there's this other young lady, looks like a younger lady. That's on there talking about it. So I think this is gonna hit a lot of markets for Akai, you know what I mean, and probably take a little bit of business away from some people, to be honest with you.
I think it is. I think it's gonna take a lot of business when it comes down to production and a tool. I think now you like you said earlier, you're gonna look at the MPC 61, the MPC key 37, you're gonna look at those as viable options to say, okay, this is full. This is all I need for a full production thing. And right now, you know, I was just telling you about my story about me now starting to plug my Roland Phantom, my Hammond organ, all that running through my MPC and how it sounded. And I was like, yo, I was so shocked at how big it sounded running through my MPC 61. We was talking about that yesterday. And it's like, yo, now with this, and you now have a collaboration with Native Instruments, which could be smart on their part too, because they were so behind on their own software in 3.0 on the software that they had. For them to come now and to partner with MPC, which is, I love it. I do love it. I know for some people like, but because I'm more of a Native Instruments guy, Kerry. You know, I'm more of a Native Instruments guy. So but I love it. I love the partnership and what they have going on right now.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And another thing too, you look at somebody like with what you do because you do a lot of live performances. So you take something like that. Imagine the power of Native Instruments in a live performance, in a live setting. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's crazy. So I think on both ends, from the studio standpoint, somebody like me who's always producing in the studio, it's a good option for me if I just want to do everything right there. If it's somebody like you who plays for different churches and does different live performances, you could take the power of what you're doing in your house. I mean, you could literally make the beat in your house and take it out to perform it, you know what I mean, add stuff to it or whatever, you know what I mean? And I think that's just it just shows where everything is going. It shows where the future of music is going. And I think and I said it last week and I say it again. Now is the best time to be a creator. We have so many tools at our disposal right now. So many tools. That's why I say I am happy to be, not to say anything dreary, but I'm happy to be alive at this point in the software game, just because you think even just 10 years ago, we didn't have all the stuff that we got now.
No.
You know what I mean? Even when we even go back to Akai, I got my first MPC in, I'm showing my age.
Go ahead.
In 2001. And we're talking, don't make that face.
I was still in high school. No, I'm just playing. I was in college. I was still in college. Go ahead. I'm tripping. I'm bugging. Go ahead.
No, that 2001 was what, 24 years ago?
Yeah, that's wild. That was a long time ago. That's when I started. I just started doing production professionally then. So that's crazy.
Yeah. So you talking 24 years ago, I had my first MPC. And to see where it was 24 years ago and to see where it is now, it's just like, man, it's unbelievable. It is truly unbelievable. And I'm very fortunate and happy to be a part of it.
Okay, my question is this though. All right, so I agree with you 100%. Let me first acknowledge that. I agree that that's crazy. My question, I guess I'm so excited about the future that I'm looking. And a matter of fact, one of the questions I was going to bring up to you for our next show when we actually was doing this. Thank you guys for joining Synthesize Beats and Inspiration. I'm King Jordan. I'm here with the one and only, the immaculate, the super producer, super engineer, super composer, Kerry Haynes. You know, we're sitting here. Why are you laughing when I say that? You got to take your accolades, my brother. You got to take your credit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, listen, at the end of the day, and I was going to bring this up too, what was next for Akai? And I was thinking about the MPC Key 2, like the second version of the 61, or are they gonna do an 88? Or are they gonna extend it? Now I think if you're gonna, especially if you're talking about going live, one of the big issues with Akai MPC from a live perspective is loading the instruments, right? So that's been the issues that a lot of us live musicians are saying when we run the new Akai MPC and it's stopping us from running it live. Is it the sounds? No, it does not sound as good as a Nord. It probably not going to sound as good as the new Roland V piano. It doesn't sound as good, but it sounds good enough where we can get through a show. But it's not the sounds, but it's the fact that we have to wait for the loading of sounds or changing the sounds. So in order for you to use it live, what you have to do is go ahead and get your set list, your sounds there, and then do pad mutes, right? So I have my piano on pad 1, or track pad 1, my electric piano on track 2, strings on 3, so on and so forth. And then I have to do pad mutes in order to play live to get the instruments. It's almost like it's pre-prepared, which we already do anyway. But, you know, it's just that, whereas in if I'm using the Roland or whatever, I can play a sound, sustain that sound, and choose my next sound, and I'm at the next sound or whatever, right? And I think that's what I think the next issue for the MPC for live use. If we're talking about for live use and live production, that's gonna be the next thing where the sounds load up quicker, and the loading process of it is quicker. And the crazy thing with me saying I was gonna ask you about that conversation was that was the advantage that I felt like. Well, the biggest killer to live instrumentation to me. And I was gonna say this. I'm giving my niggas. I be studying ahead of time. Kind of have my things, my controversial things to think. Thank you, man, because the numbers are going crazy. We appreciate you guys for joining us, right? The biggest thing for live production for me, for King, right? And I think the biggest challenge to something like a Nord, to something like a Roland V piano, is really not a keyboard at all. It's the Mac. It's the Mac Pro Silicon. Because it's so fast, I can take a controller like the Native Instruments and SMK and hook it up, and I can change and have those type sounds loading so quickly. I'm good. That with Mainstage, I'm good. I can use that live, and you saw that with the piano player for Kurt Franklin on the last reunion tour. He was gigging with the Native Instruments joint. So that was the biggest thing. Instead of the first one, he had the Nord. That's the biggest thing. But now with MPC and now them implementing Native Instruments, I kind of think they're working on that next MPC key live or the MPC next iteration to say, hey, we got you on this too. That's gonna be the next thing. That digital audio.
Yeah, no, I think that you're correct. Just because I think they've gotten a lot of great responses from their keyboards. Because believe it or not, the MPC Akai has only been making keyboards for 2 years.
Yeah, it had been long.
Because the first MPC key came out in 2022. So you figure, okay, they've made, and even with
now they've been doing the controllers for years now. I think I got about the MPC.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, for like 10, 15 years. They've been doing the controller for a long time. Right.
They've been making controllers for a long time, but their first keyboard, standalone workstation 2 years ago. But they've made so many jumps with that workstation within 2 years, because even if you look at the keyboard now, even the way the keyboard is set up is not the same as it was 2 years ago.
No.
Now, to what you're saying, though, you think if they come out with a version 2 of this, and if they speed up their load times to how a Roland might be or how a Korg may be, along with the MPC sequencer and the drum sound,
game time.
It's gonna be like Roland and Korg. They're gonna look, I don't even know what to say about that. This is going to change the landscape of everything. So I think they're definitely going in the right direction. And I think other companies need to be on the lookout.
Right.
I think for sure. And let's not forget, and one more point too, and let's not forget the software integration. So even if they don't do anything with the MPC2 software, you still have a product where you could sit in standalone and complete everything in standalone and pull up everything in your computer just as you made it on your keyboard. Mm-hmm. Nobody else is doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as I know, no other product. You can't get on your Roland or your Korg and make a full song on your Roland and your Korg and then turn around without exporting it, just pull it up on your computer.
Right.
So
that tells you what you said before. The knockout punch. Right now they got everybody on the roast. The knockout, and this is crazy because all the news was about the new Rumpler, the new keyboards that was out. Right. So all the news was about Nord piano, the Nord organ, the Yamaha, not the Yamaha, but the Korg Chronos coming back out, the new V stage. The keyboards was like dominated, and MPC says, "Aha!" You know what I'm saying? Right. We got something we're gonna jump in and say. And with the new native instrument situation, let me call it. I'm so excited, man. I know we nerded out right now. We both got on the nerd glasses. Yeah. We nerded out. I'm so excited about this. But with this new the new collaboration that they have with Akai, I think at the end of the day, man, this is a landscape changing situation that has endless possibilities if they play this right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They play this right.
And also, too, we have it today. We have the update now. So the Chronos is not due to drop until June. You know what I mean? And the Roland thing, I'm not sure when that drops. But other products are not due to... Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, they dropped theirs today. So imagine... That's what, 5 months from now? We'll probably have more updates to the MPC keyboard before they even drop the product that they're advertising. You know what I mean? So I think it's very well played. Very well played.
And you were talking earlier, and I want to ask you, you talked about the process of go ahead and download it. You've already downloaded. How can, just earlier, I know you hadn't had a chance to really deep dive into it. How can they implement, or how are they implementing native instruments with the MPC for those that may have not gotten that so much? And once again, thank everybody, man. The numbers are looking crazy. Thank you guys for joining us. How can you implement it? Because I know you was talking about you was buying something and doing something. How's that implementation going with the Akai and Native Instruments collaboration?
Now, based on what I've seen so far, if you already have one of the keyboards or MPC, it's going to work just as the other VSTs do. So you're not going to have to load your sound. You just turn the knob and it's there. You know what I mean? So it's not like you got to go to your browse and find the sound you want and scroll through sounds and then hit it. It's not like that. It's built into the ecosystem of the keyboard, which makes it very powerful. You know, let me see. I see a smile on your face.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, so it works like how what's their flagship synth now? I think it's Fabric.
Right.
Fabric is Fabric and
itself.
all of those other ones. It works just like that. Whereas you don't have to go and load each sound. You just load the plugin and then you can flip it up or down. And then same thing with editing. You could go and you could edit the sounds right there on the screen. You know what I mean? Touchscreen. So yeah. Yeah, it's going to be something.
So you say you have to buy the expansions though, right? Like it's certain things that you can buy. You can try them out, but you have to buy expansion. Go ahead and delve into that a little bit more. Then we're gonna get it right out here.
Yeah. The expansions that I saw that they have so far, they have Analog Dreams for $29, which is a Native Instruments expansion. They have Faded Reels, which is $40. I'm not sure why that's $40, but they have that, and they have two other ones. I can't think of the name of them, but if you go to Native Instruments website, you could purchase it. Then you go to your MMusic software. Once you get it on your MMusic software, then you could download that. Then you'll have it on your keyboard. So it's all wireless. So you don't even have to plug your keyboard in to do any of this. You don't have to plug your keyboard in and do the update or to add the expansions or anything. One thing you might want to check though is your hardware space. I mean your hard drive space. I don't know how much each expansion is going to take, but just make sure you have adequate hard drive space before you do it, because it's not going to take up excuse me, it's not going to take up the space in the MPC keyboard. It's going to take up the space in the hard drive. So just make sure you have enough hard drive space before you do it.
All right, so I'm trying to update mine as you sit here. You was walking the Stewart. I'm trying to update mine right now. I'm in update mode. And I'm definitely trying to get the update. And we'll go through it and we'll show you a little bit more. Join us a little bit later today. I promise y'all, somebody hit me up about, man, you said you was going to walk us through the splice tutorial. I'm going to get to it. Listen, we had snow, and it's been Christmas all over here again in our area. You know what I'm saying? We out here making snowmans in the South. We out here making snowmans. We out here having snowball fights and taking pictures and everything. It's beautiful out here. But I'm gonna try to get to it. This news here was just super, super big. We'll probably come back and do another show probably next week, Kerry.
Next week. Because I still want to do a producer show.
All right, so we're gonna do a production show. Then also we'll review what's happening now. Later today, I'll probably come back live and we'll talk about the new keyboards that they have. Anything that you like so far that you really, really caught your eye so far, other than this, with the new keyboards and synthesizers that's out?
To be honest with you, no.
You didn't like the new Roland?
Yeah. I'm not a live performer, so it's not those things kind of don't appeal to me. All right,
so I'm gonna tell you why it may be a Roland, it may be a killer, right? The Nord, it's definitely a competition. It's definitely a shot at Nord stage. It's definitely a shot. It's a beautiful keyboard. It sounds good. V piano. It has 4. I think they say 4 engines, but I know exactly it's 3 of them. They have the synth, the organ, and the acoustic instruments. The thing is, and it's beautiful, right? It comes in 2 sizes. It's $2,000 cheaper than the Nord. Right, so you're looking at about $35 for the 61 and about $39 for 4,004, the full length, and Nord is like $5,400, like, right. So when I bought my ES, he was talking about, bro. When I bought my ES, they was trying to sell me a Nord, and I was like, you know, the guy. It was funny because the guy was like, he's like, listen, you say you're a church musician? I said, I'm a producer and content creator first. he's like, you go into church, they're definitely going to respect you when you come in with that. I was like, yeah, it's $5,000. It's the price of a used car. But two things I see that Roland did that was good. Right now, does it sound as good as the Nord? That's subjective. But I told you what they Roland, and I saw Roland put it in their promotion, and it's real. The one thing that they have on Nord is this: the USB computer and digital audio implementation. That kill. And when he said that, I said he said it with a smile. This is USB and it has digital audio information where you can see your thing and so it can work in the studio environment and it can work on the stage. I was like, they throwing shots at Nord back because Nord doesn't have the implementation. But this is the thing. I think it sounds great. I think it's going to be. You're talking $2,000 more. If you think Norris sounds $2,000 more better than Roland,
have at it.
probably not. You know what I'm saying? But you know, go for it. You know, like go for it. You know, it is what it is. So I think this is very good on Roland's part. The North Oregon, I had a chance to try it. It's okay. It's okay. I like it. You know, it's Oregon. You know, so that's cool. But a lot of people are excited about that, especially if you can't afford a Hammond. You're talking about $20,000-$30,000 for a Hammond at Oregon. You can get one cheaper. That's cool. I'm ready to play the Chronos. You know, I'm super excited. I'm probably more excited about the Chronos. I don't know, but the V stage looks good. You know what I'm saying? The V stage, it matches my ambience in my studio. You know what I'm saying, Gary?
I did see Patrice Rushen. You know who Patrice Rushen is?
Yeah, the piano player. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a video with it.
Yeah, she was killing.
And it sounded good. Yeah. So I'm curious. I'm gonna give it a second look because like I said, I don't really do stage stuff, but I just want to see what everybody's talking about.
I don't think it has drums, Kerry. So I don't know if you go buy it.
Well, I mean, there you go, right there. So it doesn't have drums in it.
I didn't hear any drum sounds. You know what I'm saying? It may. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Man, I appreciate your time. Super excited about what's going on, guys. Thank you guys for joining us, man. The numbers have been phenomenal, and we appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Man, the new MPC3, I'm updating it with native instruments. Man, did you ever think you would see this happen?
No. That's the crazy part. Even when I saw the video this morning, I was just like, what? It was weird because when I saw the video, first I saw it when I was dropping my son off. I said, I'm going to look at this later because I don't want to be interrupted. And then I got home and my wife was getting ready to leave. I was like, I know I got to say goodbye to her. I don't want to be interrupted. I'm going to wait. And I turned my lights down low and I just sat and I watched. And I was like, oh, man, like this is crazy. This is crazy.
Stavey, what's up, man? Listen, I let you know, Stavey, about who I got for the week. I let you know a little bit later. I'm gonna do a special on it. I'm gonna be watching the game. I'm gonna have, probably get some wings. It's gonna be hot. I'm gonna have the fire running. We're gonna watch the game. We're gonna see who wins. Your Eagles are in it again, Kerry. I know you're not supposed to. Your Eagles are in it again this time with the DMV. It's gonna be a phenomenal game. I know who you going for. All right, you definitely going for the Eagles, right? You?
Who, me?
Yeah. Definitely going for the Eagles in the playoff game, right? Definitely the Eagles, right? Yes, they say yes. Yeah, not yet, yes. Okay. So he's going from Philly, born and raised. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely going with the Eagles. I like Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is probably my favorite quarterback in the league right now. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a great game, Stabby. And look for it later with the Key Joe Sports Show. We do this. We get more into that as we talk on the Key Joe Sports Show. Thank you, Stabby, for jumping in and leaving a comment. To everybody else, we love you guys. Kerry, last words.
No, just update your keyboard and enjoy this time in music creation because this is the music creation renaissance in my opinion.
That I think it is too. I think it's a bit time. It's exciting. We're gonna go dig into it a little bit more, and we're gonna make sure you do what it do. It's gonna be fun, man. Thank you, Kerry. Thank you for your time. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll holler at you guys soon, man. Thank you. Peace.
Jehovah, baby.